Bobi Wine has arrived in Magere at last. I just want to assure everybody that Bobi Wine Atuse in Magere it's been confirmed. Unfortunately, I don't think that in live again after Blablundi because a Choto International and live because Bobi Wine Atuse Emagere. I've been sent a message here. Finally, our president is in Magere now, but it's been very bloody. It's been a long hell of a day. Ninawa guests to one studio. First of all, of course, the ladies always first. Tuna China. Tuna Ivan Bruce Sendege, and of course my handsome Roger Asimwe. China mbade kusaba obuzeko kubatuwuliriza please.
Hello, good evening everybody. Good evening Ugandans. Musibye mutiate wali bulungi bwamo bwe tusibye. I'm just glad that the 10th president has arrived at home. It has been a very hectic day, a very hard day, but we thank God that Kyagulanyi has got home safely and alive. Good evening, Ugandans, both at home and in the diaspora.
Thank you. Ivan Bruce Buzako kubatuwuliriza very quickly, please, and briefly.
Ivan Bruce is out.
Ivan is off. Roger, please, buza kubatuwuliriza.
Mbalamusiza mwenna abali ku Kyoto abeekuumira kuno nammwe abawagira struggle amanya Red Buffalo Soldier Rogers Asimwe muzzukulu wa Kabaleega yasalawo. Tuze mu kaseera kazibu ennyo. Tuli mu kugezesebwa obulamu ne process ya demokrasiya eri mu kasuubo Uganda y'ensonga etuleese wano. Nsanyusa nnyo okulaba muganda wange Patricia naawe mu China. Mwebale kujja kuwagira nsonga n'okwagala ensi ya mu Uganda.
Thank you so much. Ivan, obatuwulira simanye. Anyway, the hashtag today, as I was live earlier, I'm saying that please, everybody, let us share the hashtag. It's very important that we can make our own hashtag go viral. It is possible. There is nothing impossible. Tusobola kukola hashtag eno negenda viral. Museveni stop the elections or stop killing Ugandans. It's a very simple word. It looks a bit long, but at least it's well detailed and it makes sense to whoever wants to read it, and somebody will understand it. Museveni stop the elections or stop killing the Ugandans, because it's obvious Museveni is killing Ugandans and it's only going to get bloody. It's not going to get better, but it's just going to get worse. So we want to, please, everyone who's watching me, please make this hashtag tonight in the next 24 hours. It should be your post. It should be your post on Twitter. It should be your comment everywhere. Museveni stop elections or stop killing Ugandans, because Museveni, he thinks that this is his country. Anyway, China Ngatugenda very quickly. I have come and to come up with this hashtag. What do you think?
It's a very good hashtag. It's a very good hashtag to start with. It's a campaign call. It's a call for emergency. It's a call for help. It's a call for awareness. It's a call for Ugandans to wake up, both at home and in the diaspora. It's a call to create more alertness. The hashtag should move around. The hashtag should go viral. Let us make it viral within 24 hours. Let us make Museveni get known as the world's leading assassin, murderer, dictator. Let the whole world know tonight, because today, he tried to assassinate Kyagulanyi Ssentamu for the second time. It's a very good hashtag, guys. I absolutely support it. I support it. I support it.
Thank you, China. Roger, we are coming up with this small hashtag. All we want is the world to know about Museveni. We want Museveni to read about himself. We want for him to understand that Ugandans have had enough, and now they're trending him in the world. What do you think about this hashtag? And what would you advise Ugandans about the hashtag?
Thank you very much, Comrade Patricia. This is a call for emergency, something equivalent to what I would call the ISO, a call for help. We are living in times of pretense where Museveni, who has been a dictator for the last 50 years, but 35 years in power, that has fooled everybody around the world that we have been living in a democratic dispensation, which has been just a facade of dictatorship, and now it is time that he has reached a point to expose himself at the expense of the lives and blood of Ugandans. This is a moment where we cannot take it anymore. There is no justification whatsoever. We either have elections, or we should surrender to his will that we are living under a total totalitarian dictatorship, so we can save lives of brothers and sisters back home. This is too much to take on. It is very disheartening that even the international world humanitarian organizations are just on the watch. This is not a movie. This is a life. This is about democracy. This is the total eclipse and the epic of the decadence, the rot of the democracy in Uganda. There is no point whatsoever for anything like an election to keep on going when people are just dying on streets under the hands and brutality of Ugandans at the command and the trigger of Museveni. It doesn't make sense to me. It is so disgusting.
Thank you, Roger. On China, last week we watched Ugandans riot, people from different walks of the world, people from different walks of Uganda and different areas of Uganda, and Ugandans started saying, "Oh, we need to stop this brutality. We need to stop Simanya hooliganism. We need to stop Simanya being intolerant, and we need to relax and sit back and wait for Museveni to kill all of us. When he's ready, beating us, Kruto, we can take it, and we should just clap hands and say, oh, Museveni, actually, he's so brutal, Bambi. He's difficult." And so many people were condemning the fact that Ugandans stood up on their feet and say that enough is enough. You've been rude to me. I'm not going to take this bullshit anymore. I need you to speak the same language like you speak. Does it hurt? This is what Ugandans were asking. And some people were pretending that, no, we shouldn't do this. Muchaina, what would you say about the fact that Museveni is killing people? And some people are saying that we should condemn. Simanya babita batya muzungu, I don't know what they call it. They call Simanya bichi riots. We should not be part of riots. We should let Museveni kill us, and when he's done with killing us, that we shall say, oh, awangeyafa, and that's it. Muchaina, what have you got to say, please?
I think this is how I'm gonna take on that. I don't see what happened last week and what has been happening since the election starting as a riot. I see it as a reaction. For over 35 years, we have been under captivity. For over 35 years, Museveni Yoweri Tibuhaburwa has murdered Ugandans silently, starting from northern Uganda to Iteso, to the Buganda region, to the western parts of the country, to Kasese, for over 35 years. Emyaka 35 nga Museveni atugumbula amantu. So ekyabaddewo wiiki ewedde, I don't see it as riots. I see it as a reaction. Bw'onyigiriza ennyindo ogijja omusaayi. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda gives Ugandans the right to defend themselves when they are under attack. It doesn't matter who is attacking us. This time, the person who is attacking Ugandans is the government, the SFC, the soldiers. So for somebody to come out and say we were rioting, Ugandans were not rioting. Ugandans were defending themselves against a tyrant, against armed men and women who took an oath to protect them, but had decided since last week that they were going to brutalize, kill, and murder Ugandans. So, nze sikirabanga okwekalakasa. Nkirabanga bannayuganda abavaayo okulaga obutali bumativu bwabwe, okulaga obutali bwenkanywa, okukuba omulanga. Because I didn't see Ugandans. I didn't see civilians killing anybody. I saw armed men and women who took an oath to protect us, killing us. And the world was watching. The world has been watching for 35 years as this murderer has been killing our people. The world is still watching. International organizations are still watching. International organizations are still watching. Western countries are giving him weapons and military weapons to continue killing us. For how long must we wait? So when Ugandans reacted last week, when they came out to show their dissatisfaction with being shot down, Ugandans never had an arms. They were shot down by the armed people. So for me, for Ugandans to come out and react, never reacting, it was not a riot. It was the government attacking the civilians. It was the military men and women attacking the civilians. For me, it wasn't a riot.
That's right. That's right.
It was a call
That's
to
right,
defend
Mchanya.
ourselves. And it is a call the Constitution gives us. We are entitled to defend ourselves, even from the very army that is supposed to protect us if it comes out to attack us. It is in the Constitution. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you so much, China. Roger Nzijawo, kubanga when we read the Constitution oba amateka agafuga police, it is very clear. Kubanga Roger, I think bino ebintu obinsinza. It's very clear. Ntino chigamba ntino okubeera nti waliwo bandikiise reasonable effort, reasonable force. Singa omuntu abeera ne mundu, only reasonable force is brought in ngolina yaine mundu, because you have to ask them to put their hands there up. If they don't, then you come in with reasonable gundi force. Osobola mukubatiza na stula wansi, or osobola mukuba rubber bullet. For the fact that the government of Uganda yajja with guns nekuba abantu, ate ne babitwistinga ne bagamba aba NUP tewaliwo opposition mu Uganda endala yonna, apparently NUP be babadde bakuba abantu. Nze ndabanga ekyobwebuusa. Roger, tutwale mu maaso nga ggwe omuntu amanyi ku bintu bino obitambuddemuko. What do you think? What should the Ugandans do right now? Because I think Ugandans have been pushed to the wall.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Comrade Patricia. What's going on right now in my country, Uganda, is a manifestation of the epitome or the peak of the misgivings of the 35 years of dictatorship under Museveni. It is total abuse of human rights. It is unconstitutional. It is an outburst of the people's last cry for a solution that has been long awaited to secure their sovereignty. Actually, the world out there should know right now that Uganda must be declared as a failed state. Uganda must be declared as a state under genocide, because the world out there, including the UN, should know that genocide does not begin with 1,000 people. It could begin with 100, like we saw in the few weeks. It could begin with 5 people every week. And this cannot come under the name of electoral kind of process, because we expect something smooth, something peaceful, something that encourages and incorporates equal participatory kind of activity, where we are being suffocated as NUP, a duly registered party. If this is an electoral process, it should accommodate to hear the voices of the aggrieved Ugandans, so we can come up with a solution in the forthcoming process. But I'm telling you right now, all we see is bloodshed on the streets, including the deaths of vendors and passerbys, which is at no point of reason justified for any kind of cause. In this kind of aspect, we cannot withstand the brutality of the militias and clandestine style that Museveni is using to execute Ugandans in broad daylight, in the total silence of our neighbors, in the total silence of authorities, and in the total silence of parliament and the judiciary. Everybody is under captivity. Only some of us who can bring out our faces here and be bold, we are the only people who are left on the front line for fighting for human justice. We cannot continue like this. This is intolerable. It is unacceptable. It is total genocide. The world should know out there that Uganda and Ugandans and the democracy in Uganda is under attack. That's all I can say right now.
So thank you so much, Roger. Auntie Muchilaba, please don't forget, let us share the hashtag. It's very important. Museveni stop elections or stop killing Ugandans. It's very simple, very easy, very quick. We need to trend this on our own hashtag. We have been copying other countries' hashtags. We have seen so many different hashtags going around and we jump on that wagon. And that is not really our concern. But our concern today is Uganda. Dan Magic has been hit in the mouth. That is a life-changing hit. Omumwa tegugenda kuddamu kubeera the same. Believe me or not, Dan Magic bamudisablinze amannya bagajjem. Tusobola kukola plastic surgery and what have you, but he's never going to be the same like he was before.
That
is
young man,
serious.
that young man has been defaced. That is called
defaced. He's been
defaced.
messed up, and that is just Museveni for you. But he's creating this. He's doing this to try and scare us off. He's doing this so that he can make sure that this gun, today's bullet, was aimed at our president. And somebody comes here and tells you, sikkiriziganya na bannayuganda genda ku street nga yeewunza nakugana sikkiriziganya na simanya intolerance naye ffe tusigalewa. We must understand that if we do not outsit this motherfucker, he's gonna kill us. Believe me or not, we have to take him out.
I have always told you guys that even if it was a simple cat, a pet in your house, if you start kicking a cat in a dark room in your own house and it has no outlet, guess what? It's gonna charge on you. It's gonna scratch you. Guess what? Ugandans are the most intolerant people I know in the world. We are very patient people. We are very hospitable. We are very accommodative. It challenges every human reason to realize that.
China. Kubanga manyika tinayayaka China. Abannayuganda bagamba nti nno abantu ba NUP tuli intolerant, tuvuma, bahooligans, tuyomba, abantu baffe babatta every day. Yesterday abaana batano were 5 were killed, and all these hypocrites who have been writing long posts and stupidly saying that I don't agree, I condemn. None of them has come out to condemn the 5 people who were killed yesterday. Today, our
Patricia, the count now comes to 500. Uganda, countrywide, we have a compilation of 500.
Only a week and a half ago. Today, our Southern Magic has been hit. Police officer Kato has been hit in the face. And our young Bob Young has been hit on the leg. As we speak, Joel Senyon is on the catches. Zake is on the clutches. There's so many people, by the way, who don't post. There's so many people.
We also have comrades in the graves already.
There's so many comrades that have been killed. And Ugandans are telling you, it drives me mad to see a Ugandan say that he condemns Simanyabichi violence, yet they do not condemn President Museveni. Muchina tandikira. It drives me mad.
I want to say this very openly and very calmly. We are dealing with a murderer. We are not dealing with a priest. Tudininga no mutemu. Tudininga ne assassin. All Museveni has done all his life is to kill. I've told people from the beginning, a dictator understands a certain language. An assassin understands a certain language. A murderer understands a certain language. Omusajja gwe tudiringa naye azatta bannayuganda okuviira ddala emabega. So when munaddawo ne mukyabulizaabulizamu, I condemn violence. I don't want violence. We're going to reach a point where we have to speak the language he understands.
Yeah.
Museveni alina olulimi lw'ategeera lwe tulina okutandika okwogera. Just like Asimwe Rogers said, if you push a pet cat in a corner and attack it, it's going to have to bring out its paws and react. For how long must we wait? Must we see that 40 million Ugandans have been killed so we do something? Must we be so religious to say that when somebody slaps you on the left side, put the right side? Tudininga n'omusajja omutemu, tudininga n'omuntu atavaliwenga bulamu bw'abannayuganda okuggyako obulamu bwa mukyala we n'obw'abaana be n'obw'abakoddomi be. We are dealing with a man who said, I will crush you. How many times will Ugandans understand when somebody says, I will crush you? Prepare yourself
to defend yourself. The Constitution is very clear. It is telling you you are allowed to defend yourself. We can come out here and talk. We can come out here and say everything. But until Ugandans choose to stand up against this man is when he will stop. Until Ugandans choose to come up and fight this tyrant government, fight the brutal police, because this is no longer the police of Uganda. This is Museveni's police. This is SFC. This is a murderer. We have foreigners in the Ugandan security forces from Congo, from Rwanda, from Mali. They have all been imported to kill Ugandans. And my question is to my people. Mugenda kutuula paka di. Mugenda kusirika paka di paka ng'omusajja atutugumbudde ne tuggwawo. Bano abantu beetaaga okuba reactingirako mu famire zaabwe. Beetaaga okubakwatirako mu byenda byabwe, because how many comrades are we going to bury? How many mothers are going to cry for their children? We did not send our children to go out on the streets to be brought back home in caskets. CCV, is it a crime to are we seeing this in the NRM camp? Are we seeing any people that support NRM being killed? Do you think people power we cannot react? Do you think we cannot come off and to reacting? How much are we going to tolerate? Bana Uganda mutu desa wazino batuta omukwamu batu maririza, and you are sitting down. The dictator has a language they understand, but not until you stand up, not until you pick the courage and you show Museveni what you must show him. Because guess what? Museveni will not stop killing us until we react. Museveni will not stop killing us. It is a small group of people killing us. The SFC is made up of a certain group of people that are killing us. Until we can find those people, we may not find them openly. Tubanoonya mu kimugonyo. Bwe baba nga basazeewo okututta olwaleero mwami Kyagulanyi babadde bamumizizza omusu, senga tabadde mwami Kyagulanyi yandibadde honorable Zaake. How can you fire at a car that is moving away? They have led them to a dead end. Baba wadde ekkubo lye bavugiddemu emmotoka nga likoma. There was an ambush set there. They have put a military car that side. Wabaddewo loole y'amagye mwena mugirabye. Loole eyo senga badde. I want to explain it to Ugandans abatakitegedde. Baba divertinze. Ne babagamba mujja kuyita li wano temujja eno ne babateega. Kyokka ku ludda lule babateegeddeko. Babadde bapaakinzeyo dda loole y'amagye. What was the armored vehicle doing there? That was an ambush. They were setting in Mr. Kyagulanyi. That was an ambush to kill. And when they reacted with bullets. I want to call upon Ugandans. Are we waiting for them to murder Mr. Kyagulanyi so we can do something? There is a language a dictator understands, and we can start speaking that language silently and quietly. Once we start speaking it to them, once we start speaking it to their family members, once we start speaking it to their children, they will know we also have pain. But until we sit and you listen to these people, I condemn violence. No, there is a way to stop violence. Sometimes you have to give someone's poison. The very poison they are giving it to you, give it to them, but give it to the ones closer to them. Do not react to these police vehicles. Sorry.
China, the world should know that Ugandans have been tolerant enough. But whatever is happening right now, I have to tell the world that it is a result of the failed transitional plan of Museveni, which has been deliberate. It has been deliberate so much that even within his own echelons of the Bushmen, he has been eliminating one by one. The list is long. Nobo Mayombo, Aronda, all the Kategayas have died, Wapaka Bulos. Everybody has been dying. You either die or you can die out of frustration. It is very unfortunate that he's pretending to be democratic, but at the same time, he's blocking the ways of the democratic path. In other words, Museveni is leaving us with no option, but he's driving us towards the path of what he knows best, which is violence. We have had enough of the price paid for the violent means that Museveni used to oust the past governments and have himself ascend to power. Over 500,000 people of skulls still lie slain in Luwero, not counting other areas. We have continuously seen brutal bloodshed in Kasese and including a 17-year-old war which lasted to the extension of 20 years in northern Uganda in the disguise of Konyi. We also saw Karamoja being impoverished through magical kind of raids where cattle or animals were stolen under the Turkana kind of attacks, so to be called. We have seen Museveni extend his violent maneuvers into southern Sudan, including Congo, during the days of Mayombo when they attacked Ituri. Whoever you are seeing on the front line that is butchering Ugandans, this was a plan, I have to tell you, that was invented during the Kaihura time, 2007, when Kawesu was the commandant of the police academy, deputized by that man right now in Central, Kafero, Moses Kafero. During 2007 recruitment of the police cadets, people including Frank Mwesigwa, people including Muhanji, Herbert, people including a list of 50 cadets did not sit for the government aptitude test in Didi's World. We had an opening of about 500 cadets. Ugandans ended up showing in about 10,000. It was a rainy day, I remember very well, but about a week and so in a continuous series, after the brilliant Ugandan graduates having passed the aptitude test, the groups of the Mwesigwas, a group of 50 under State House was brought into the camp, the training camp of Police Academy, purposefully designed as future commanders. Afande Kawesi came.
Purposely. No. Roger, I want you to try and speak both Luganda.
I already told you. 2007. Omwaka 2007 ng'abaana bafunye degree lwe baali bayingiza abaana abayingira ku ddaala ery'amayinja 3. Emirimu gyalangibwa wakati w'500 abalina obusobozi n'obuyigiriza okuyingira poliisi. Njagala mbuulire bannayuganda, waavaayo olukalala olw'abantu 50 omuli Frank Mwesigwa, Herbert Muhanji, naye bw'oba weetoolera ku lukalala olwo nga mulimu bakaleke already that time yali mu nkambi y'aba SPCs, ngaawo kyogamu egenda okubeerawo okujja kwa Queen wa Bungereza. Ne bamugjayo mu ba SPC n'ayingira enkambi y'abakadeti. Tuzze twetegereza. The good thing is the Baganda senti okuwangaala kukulabisa ebintu. So there has been a deliberate design whereby the Museveni regime has been entrenching. Bazze batulyange enkuyege mu ssabo. Omanye enkuyege tetya ssabo. Essensera essabo ffenna tutyayo, naye enkuyege ejja eri emiti mpola. Kaakati bano be bakamanda bennyini be tulaba olwaleero nga batulugunya bannayuganda bakuba amasasi. Abamu tebakola na bibuuzo bya civil service. Singa tuddayo
Simba wakati tugendeka wa China. Mu China njagala otandikire Roger wennyini mwali awo wennyini. Abantu abali
bino ebintu nekirumira yabyogerako. Nekirumira yennyini yabyogerako.
Poliisi n'abantu abadde batte. Kubanga mu China
twali tubayita GMOs, genetically modified officers.
Hang on.
Roger, soko simbe wakati leka mu China naye ayongereko wano dakika 2 zokka. Muwe dakika.
I wanted to leave. I wanted to give the chance to Rogers to explain, because that is very vital information on who is killing us.
Okay.
So he can tell us who is killing us as Ugandans.
Aba abaana be mulaba design yava mu 2007. Nze nali external instructor wa police. Nga nze muntu omu bwati. Nga mpeereza police nga njisomesa ICT ne cybercrime. okutandika ne Kaihura we yayingirira naye that time olwokuba nali external instructor I was subjected to scrutiny ne bampita ne bangamba engeri gy'oli civilian very brilliant young man ng'ate olina service gye twagala we are going to terminate your contract you have no option olina okuyingira oba you forget about what you are doing. So I can tell you that design ne system ya Museveni ezze egobaganya abaana bangi ab'amagezi ngaffe very brilliant first cream Ugandans to the extent that abamu bamaliriza bagenze kukola bwayaaya e Dubai ne bafiirayo abawalabu ne babakanyuka okuva mu zikalina ne bafa abamu baafa nnaku abamu baafuuka bayaga baavaako baasiimuuka okitegeera. So there has been a deliberate plan from failing the Ugandan economy okuva mu kutunda zi UCB coffee marketing board paka batusensede ne bayingira generation eyaffe nga ne bajjajjaffe bamaze okuwaayo ebintu byabwe mafaamu mmere biki nze kamwa koogera kennyini boogenda n'obuuza Eritu Mwine abantu ba NRA olutalo lwali lubalemye jjajjange yali atudde ku square mile 7 mu Lukoola eyo gye muwulira eyo kafu eyo munda eyo bayita Ekijunjubwe Masinde eyo gye tuzaalibwa eyo Eritu Mwine ne group ye including oyo Mavia Kuku yani oyo Otafiire Eritu Mwine in particular yajja n'asaba omulimu ku faamu ya jjajjange ng'anoonya bulaalo. Did we know that nti olutalo lwali lugenda Balema nga bali Mberenge ne bajja ne babba ebisolo byaffe? That is how they re-energized the forces okufuna emmere. Otherwise baali babafunzizza ng'olutalo lugenda Balema. It did not stop at that, including my uncles. I have a count of about Amaralo 5 like graves who sacrificed their lives for this regime. Under the coercion, abalaba bajja Kabalega Secondary School, abalaba bamaze university, one of them including eyayingira cadet okugenda okutraining the Tanzania baali bamuyita Fred Kahuma ya traininga nabo ba Felix Kulaija abo ne Aronda be bantu abasooka mu PPU Presidential Protection Unit ya Museveni. So when we come out here, it is not like we are being hooligans or anything. We are educated Ugandans. We are sovereign citizens. We deserve a stake in our country. We have been tolerant. We have been gutters of misery. Even when
Roger, we want to understand that as we speak today, the President Museveni has deliberately, as he spoke on Sunday, you saw him with so much vendetta, with much hate.
What I'm trying to bring out, Patricia, is these people have a certain deliberate plan. You work for them, they sideline you, or they will frustrate you, or they will kill you. For as long as they have used you, you are as good as toilet paper. Toilet paper is something you go to the supermarket, pick willingly with your hands and pay with your card or cash. After wiping your ass, you flush. This has happened even to their own, including Nobo Mayombo, including the cousins, including my uncles, including some of us, including Chirumira. So how do you come out with the real authentic report, professionally dug and researched a person like Chirumira, and ends up dying in the hands of the same man, and is the first person okubera saba kungubazi kulumberwa omwana ngoyi.
Okay, Roger, to China. We need to have a balance so that we have a proper debate. China, please, Tandikira Roger, when you welcome me. What do you think? Because we need to, first of all, to understand that as we look into the past, we also need to look into the future.
No,
where do we go from here?
Ugandans should know.
Linda,
one second. Patricia, you are advancing very serious concerns, but omuntu wakuwera kadi y'embaga si waba atandikidde okwana omuwala. Patricia, bannayuganda balina okumanya kino. Let Ugandans know that Museveni gy'atuukidde otugabira kadi y'olumbe. That is called police brutality and killing on his command, like push the trigger to kill. it does not define the beginning where Kwaniro Muwala called violence. That's why I go back. That's why I have to go back. Nenkuba mutoki from where
Yeah, of course, ekyo kikulu nnyo.
it began. Go
Ekyo
ahead.
nkyagala nnyo. Naye kakati nze my question is, today so many people asking me, we have lost hope. What do we do, Roger? What do we do? Because I want, guys, listen, this is a debate. I have got to drive Roger into giving us all the best. I must, nino kumutakula ampeche njagala. I tell you, remember, this is a debate for 3 people, so we need to have a balance. Tugenda kudake wa China, then today wa Roger. We must understand that we have to, where is the solution? Museveni nga wagambye nti omusajja wakuyitira ku mbaga. This is what Roger said. Wakuyitira ku mbaga si waba yakwanira omuwala. Museveni has been planning the killings of Uganda since 1997. That is what.
No, 50 years ago.
50 years.
50
They've been
years
planning
ago.
this. Museveni came into power with so much vendetta because ye ajana bifu ye abaganda batuchunya abaneganda abalugwala batuta.
Let me take you back. Let me take you back.
Beef. So
let me take you back. Museveni himself, Omanyi, like I've said earlier, the Baganda have very good sayings. Okay? Abaganda bagamba okuwangala kutulabisa ebintu, right? This same guy has come out and put what we call self vindicating statements. I'll give you an example. This is no lie. He said that even if Amin had not killed people, they had had their own agenda. They were meant to take him out. So whatever happened, for as long as he got a chance to entrench and become part of the system, from where times of Obote, then Amin, in the defense system, he had no good intentions for Uganda. His intentions were what I call self-aggrandizement. Penetrate the system, build the system, make it weak. By the time you come to take over, you have alingo muzimbi eyazimba enju n'amanya nti ono mugaga muzimbidde supermarket nga whatever nice supermarket, you know, oba Game oba Shoprite, nenga olugi engeri gyali in charge of security ye Museveni olugi. How can you build like a very strong country like Uganda in the pretext of being a nationalist? Olugi n'oteeka lwabiwembe nenga emaali eri munda mu country Uganda, including our natural resources and human resources. They are so valuable, more valuable than them.
Okublockinga zine embwa za Museveni. Omanyi Uganda obwongo bwabwe, they still don't get it.
Patricia, Patricia, do not block them.
I'm going
don't
to
block them.
I will
don't
block
them.
Don't
block them.
Listen, guys, this is my program. I'm going to have to block them. I have no conversation. Today, our friend is in hospital. This we don't have a conversation with these people. Please, Roger, to welcome China chance. Let him say something, then I'll come back to you.
I'm just going to start with the I don't know Patricia, but I'm going to start with everybody who's like I have here somebody saying Hangane Living is saying it's nonsense. Dear Mr. Hangane, when you say that it's nonsense, it's because you've never had anybody in your family being killed. You don't have a graveyard of your family member lying somewhere dead because of the regime. You don't have your daughter, your mother, your sister lying dead because of a fucking lying bastard like Museveni. Sorry to use that kind of a language, but I'm so sorry to use that kind of language, but you have, even if you don't have someone, it costs you nothing to understand the pain of the people that have lost loved ones because of the regime, that have been betrayed because of the regime. People are still dying. We have fresh graves as fresh as yesterday. We have graves as fresh as last week of 18th of November. We have people still dying.
not just dying because of bullets, but also dying in hospitals because the motherfucking government could not put medicine and build these hospitals and put good medicine there because this government could not construct roads where people are dying of accidents. We have mothers dying every day giving birth. We have people dying because we don't have a good medical system. So what are you up to say that we're speaking nonsense? I would understand because your brain does not function. But for those Ugandans that have lost loved ones, that have lost friends, that have lost family members, it is an important matter. If it is nonsense to you, wait until one of your loved one dies. Wait until somebody you know, then you will say it's nonsense. But I just finished that, and let me just go straight to what I wanted to say. Dear Ugandans, omwami ono Museveni gwe muyita Museveni tibuhaburwa abadde mutemu since 1971. How sure are we that it was Amin who was killing Ugandans? How sure are we that it was Obote who was murdering Ugandans? Remember, they had a 50-year master plan that became a 100-year master plan. And Museveni knows that his son can never become the president of Uganda because he was not born in Uganda. And Museveni knows that even the people in the army would never let Muhoozi become the president. So what he has to do, he has to instigate a way by creating SFC, by creating the group of the 50 cadres that you talked about, Roger, that are going to guard the dynasty of Muhoozi. Today, what we see in these elections, in these campaigns, this is not elections. Zino si election, zino si campaign. We are at war. Kubanga Museveni, ayagala mutabani we, ajaskire. Kana akawunda akatutta.
China. Point of information.
Yeah.
Point of information in China. Muhoozi, as much as he's so incompetent to becoming Uganda's president, Ugandans should know that the constitution of Uganda, the reason why they are trying so much to rip and rip apart the constitutional dispensation of our democratic discourse is because omuntu gwe baagaliza Muhoozi under the constitution, he cannot qualify to be Uganda's president.
Roger, let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt
1 second.
Even if it's the constitution, Muhoozi will never be president of Uganda. It will take up to the last woman standing. It will take up to the last woman standing for Muhoozi to be our president. Muhoozi will never be president of Uganda as long as some of us are still alive. We swear to our country, we swear to our dead people, Muhoozi will never be president. The dynasty will never happen. So let me finish this. Museveni can kill Kyagulanyi today because he thinks Kyagulanyi is a threat to his son, is a threat to his government. But let me tell you, Kyagulanyi is only stopping snakes to bite his son. There are so many snakes that will bite Muhoozi if Kyagulanyi goes down. Today, Museveni and his group and his SFC were trying to take down Kyagulanyi for the second time. And we as Ugandans, I tell you, I'm a woman speaking, we will never allow Muhoozi to be a president of our country. It will never happen. It won't happen.
Amen.
Even if Uganda was under constitutional rule and following the guidelines of constitutional transition, first of all, this is not propaganda or blackmail. Muhoozi was born in Tanzania.
That's the truth.
The records are in Tanzania. So Muhoozi should actually be taken to courts of law if the courts of law are working. How can we have a Tanzanian general in our army? What is a Tanzanian general doing in our army? Just like me, I can never become president of America because I was not born here. I can be anything, senator, anything. I cannot become president. So that is a knockout. That is part of the frustration of Muhoozi. Also, Muhoozi should know that the number one enemy to his progress in his ambitions is his own dad. His father, tamwagaliza. Muhoozi wake up and look at Kyagulanyi perhaps as a savior of an avenue that you fail to have to voice your concern about your frustration. Tata okutuulako. taata we abadde akutudde ku mumwa nga akunyampira mu kamwa. If you had ambitions, tekisoboka olw'okuba omusajja takwagaliza, just like tayagaliza ba historicals banne abalala bawa Pakabulo, ba Stephen Akabwayi, ba bonna b'omanyi. Okay, so Muhoozi totta mwana w'abandi Kyagulanyi. Actually you should be, Muhoozi should be taking enkoko n'ettooke wa Kyagulanyi, because Kyagulanyi's dad fed them.
Mr. Rogers, to add on what you have said,
wait a minute,
let me pass this to this point.
Let me be the moderator of this live, please. Everybody, the stakes are so high. Everybody's tempers are so high. It's so frustrating to see Mr. Museveni killing everybody in cold blood, and he doesn't seem to be moved, because last week he said, we need to move forward very swiftly. Museveni's speech on Sunday, it was very disturbing for me, because I watched it. I took time on Monday and said, okay, let me take time and listen to what this fool was trying to speak to us. And he said, we need to Ugandans. He literally said, these were his words, I quote, he doesn't want to see again the fact that Ugandans think that Robert Kyagulanyi is untouchable. He said, he's speaking to my daughter. He's literally speaking to Brianna. He's speaking to us like we are all own children. He speaks
Patricia, human rights are non-negotiable. Human rights are non-negotiable. So for Kyagulanyi to come out as an authentic Ugandan, a citizen of the country, with all the qualifications that tested the test of his kind of obstacles.
We are coming. I'm personally coming to
vote. There is no reason whatsoever.
China is in Uganda. So don't worry, China. President Museveni yagambye nti nno tayagala kuddamu kubalaba nga mwefuula nti Bobby Wine ali untouchable. Era n'amala n'agamba, anyway, we shall compensate the families that have lost their families. Remember that tata wa Kirumira bamuwa miliyoni 10, abiriga mukazi wa Kyabanja, n'abenda tebabawanga wadde nnusu. Every single person that has been killed, Museveni has promised heaven and earth, and he has not fulfilled any of his promises. Today, as we speak, he's telling you that he's going to compensate the families. Remember that this lady, the NRM lady, had 3 children, but only one was fully bodied. The rest were disabled. He wants to compensate them with that brown envelope. I get agitated. I get pissed. I get angry. I become a hooligan. I have no any other language I can use to make my point very clear that I don't like Museveni. I have no tolerance. It is very clear, please. I want everybody to understand. I have no tolerance towards anybody who supports Museveni. I have no business with them. They're not my friends. I want anybody to come to my house. I do not want to speak to them. I do not want to have a debate with them. I want everybody to understand, because I have been disrespected enough, and enough to me is enough. So I think it is disrespectful for Museveni to come out after people were killed, and he said about 20 were killed by a straight bullet, and he's going to compensate them. He's a motherfucker. It drives me mad. Muchaina, what do you think?
When an assassin, when a typical liar, when a chronicle liar comes out and says, I will do this for you, for 35 years, Museveni, you have lied to Ugandans. You went to Luwero, not abana b'abantu. Wali obaddiza, wali obakompesetinzeeko myaka 35 ne Luwero gye yalwanira. Talina yadde essomero, yadde oluguudo, yadde eddwaliro lye yali abazimbidde. So does he take Ugandan lives as something to take for ekiryawo ekitagasa? That means our lives don't matter. osobola otya okugamba nti nno abazadde abaafiiriddwa abaana ngenda kubawamu ssente kamanyiiro just Museveni weetaaga okuziika Natasha. That man must bury his daughter, either Natasha, Patience, or Diana, and then we Ugandans will compensate you since it is our taxes. Patricia, it is our taxes. Let us make sure that Museveni's children bafa. Baba malokufa bafa to Mugambe. We Ugandans, we shall compensate you to go and in the Bank of Uganda, print money. We compensate you for the lives of your children. Museveni, be warned. Now Ugandan life is equivalent to any note of money. Karika papula. Okera kumachango kateka ko byagala kumanyira just bana Uganda omaze okuta abaana baffe osebazadde baffe osebajjajja baffe ojojo jemboga mabogena basasula musajja gwatali munna Uganda kamanyiro kasosiza banange tunulamu abantu beyaterwero emitwalo 30 bana Uganda beyatta mambuka bana Uganda beyatta akasese bana Uganda beyatta kulwebugerere so for him Museveni would never understand the pain until it touches one of his children, until it touches his wife, until it touches one of his family members. Then we Ugandans, we shall also come out and say, dear Museveni, we want to compensate you for the life of your daughter. We want to compensate you for the life of your brother. We want to compensate you for the bomb that killed your daughter. Museveni must stop. Okutufu to barako, how do they call it in Uganda?
In English, it's called patronizing.
No, just patron. Omuntu akukudalira. Okola kuita kukudala. Until he sees his kids in graves. Ajja kulekera okudalira banna Uganda. Because let me tell you, it takes a lot to raise a child. It takes a lot to raise somebody. To raise a man, to raise a woman. Osobola otya okudda ku banna Uganda. N'obagamba I will compensate you. Nga n'abasajja ababa kuba amasasi. Tewali n'omugo okutte n'ovunaana nga n'abasajja abatugumbudde abaana baffe emyaka gyonna tetufunangayo lipooti eva mu poliisi nti eyakuba Kaweesa amasasi tumufunye nti eyakuba Kirumira tumufunye nti eyatta bannayuganda 23 abakazi tubafunye. Museveni lekera okudaalira bannayuganda kigenda kumala kutuuka kuba omunjuyo ate walayi ssente zaffe z'otukumanyamu omusolo mwe tujja okugamba nti Museveni let us compensate you. Banja lya mwenge liggwa na mwenge toyinza kukudalira bannayuganda abantu beruwero yali abasasudde yabattemu abantu bameka amala abantu bakasese yali abakompensatinze because it is none of his children. You see these stupid ministers he moves around with all supporting until it happens. Let me ask Museveni, can you go and compensate Esther Mbayo? She lost a son. Go and compensate her so her son can come out of the grave. That is not a word. That is stupidity of the highest order. Kokumanyira omuntu ne waba munaku nga mwanvu ng'olina ssente omulekera nga mwakategeera n'otamufutu balako kubanga oyo munaku omwavu yaba akutuusizza w'oli. Museveni would never have become a president without we Ugandans. So alekerawo okutumanyira mwajja tuluyira teri ssente zigula bulamu bwa muntu teri. Omukazi nga bwe yeetikka olubuto lw'omwana we n'amuzaala ng'ojja ofutu bbana mbogenda tusasulira ssente kubaana abafa abannayuganda olimala kuziika babo musajja gwe olimala kuziika baana bo naffe nga bannayuganda ne tugagenda mu Bank of Uganda ekusasulire akyenjere
yagafa aragafa akara aragahongo hagaze
omusajja oyo tulimba Patricia talinamu mutima muzadde
aragahongo hagaze
talina mutima muzadde ng'omuzadde
twakwekowa musajja gwe twakukowa the whole Uganda hates you oragafa akara oragahongo hagaze ebigambo ebyo mbikugambye ojja obiwulire. Museveni kakati anyway nga tuli kumpi kumaliriza mu China. Moving forward, what is the solution? Right now, Bobi Wine agambye are declaring in chat again a campaigns because of course Kayunga was messed up, Ginger was messed up. The beauty about this whole thing is, by the way, abantu mugwamu manyi buli Museveni gyagaana abantu ogenda abantu beeyongera kujoininga. Nze ndaba nze ng'omu ku ba social media bloggers oba Iron Lady nze neetegereza buli Museveni bw'avuluga aluzinga almost 50 followers because they come on my page. They come on my page and say, Patricia mujasikiriziganya naawe naye omusajja ayitiridde NRM givuddemu. They come even in my inbox and say they don't agree with what he's doing. So I believe Ntino at the end of the day Bobi Wine kola campaign obutatukola campaign Bobi Wine agenda kuba Museveni akalulu nebyenda bimwetokoti because ayiwafe kalungu teyagenda abantu bali eri bawaga mpe mutuletere ballot paper tujja kutikinga bagimanyi. People are not stupid anymore. Bobi Wine asazeewo nti tagenda okukola campaign ya tomorrow n'asalawo nti agenda kulaba electoral commission kubanga believe me or not olunaku lwajja mu Kampala kigenda kusakota sikisaanikiri. People are going to die. Uganda is going to register the biggest number of deaths the day Museveni will come to Kampala. Sorry, Bobi Wine will come to Kampala for the campaigns. So Bobi Wine is mindful. He's thinking that, you know what, I'm a leader. We can find another way forward. We can speak to people door to door. We can still find people in one way or the other because I do not want to see people dying. Techiri fair. Because at the end of the day, techiri worth it. Okuta abantu because, I mean, Museveni thinks that we are stupid. He thinks that with this social media, we cannot reach out to the people, but we're going to reach out to the people. Mr. Museveni, let me tell you something. We are smarter than you are. This digital era, because we sit here and command stuff in Uganda. So I don't need to be in Uganda to do whatever I need to do. I do a lot of work seated in my house, chilling in my heaters. In fact, and things move. In China, way forward.
I think the first, Patricia, you're gonna have to request for like a few 5 more minutes, please.
Of course.
Is that possible?
Take 10, take 20, take whatever. Take your.
Because I see it's about to come to 1 hour, so I just wanted to let you know.
Yes.
First of all, Ugandans, I would like the first message I'm sending to Ugandans, my people, Bana Uganda. It is time, it is time, it is time. Tetugenda kuzikiza, temuzikiza mwenawe muli, agenda kutuvira, oba by ballot, oba by bullet. Banja lya mwenge, ligwana mwenge. Bwabanga Museveni yasazeewo, ntinna akalulu takagala, era jagenda. Yonna option jatuwa, ajagenda. Museveni kakola ati Abannayuganda emyaka 35 gimala, emyaka 35 egy'okukaaba, emyaka 35 egy'okubonaabona, emyaka 35 egy'okufa endwadde, emyaka 35 egya buli kimu kyonna kye tuyiseemu, egy'okutubba omusolo, egy'okuzza eggwanga lyaffe emabega. Ekimala kimala. Museveni omulira guwulira wali temuzikiza temugwamu maanyi. What he's doing is called intimidation tactics. Museveni is intimidating. No woman should surrender. No Ugandan should surrender. No youth should surrender. Let us keep moving forward. It is only when we decide to move forward that we shall get our country back. If we decide to bow down to his intimidation, we are not going to be free. Freedom comes to those who fight and not those who cry. Those are the words in Bobi Wine's song. We will not let Museveni stay in our country for over 50 years. It is time we take back our country. Buli kimu kyonna kyakola, buli kimu kyonna abasajja be kye bakola, Museveni talina kipya kyakoze, kyatakoze mu myaka 35. Byonna byakola yabikolanga muyeekera. Remember to dealingana muyekera. But President Museveni and your government, I have a message for you. Buli kimu kyokola tusobola kikubisamu emirundi ebiri. We are just waiting for our boss to blow the whistle. Bobi Wine kanakyusamu olulimi lwayogera. Kanakyusamu olulimi n'afuuwa whistle ojja kwejjusa.
Remember, Waisayagamba, the same effort Bobi Wine is using to tell us to calm down. It's the same effort he's going to use to tell us to become wild.
And he doesn't
believe me, Museveni. Kati gendako, mchina kankwayo ngatumaliziza. Museveni ajjukira nti ye yalunde emisege. Siekyo? He bred us because fe tukulide mu regime ya Museveni. I was born in 1979. So I'm 42. So fe tuli sini ya kumwe baana mwe ba mchina. Na era nange nkulide mu regime ya Museveni. Siwo? Museveni emisege jona egimukuba today. Ne Bobi Wine inclusive yagukuzizza. Tusomedde mu mulembe gwe, tukulidde mu mulembe gwe, tuyayuukidde mu mulembe gwe, yatuteekako pressure omanyi Museveni yagenda n'agamba nno abaana baleme kusoma nnyo akwate abanyankole abatwale in universities ezakabi oba abanyarwanda banne bonna whatever he wanted yabimanyi naye he was like I'm going to make sure bano abaana tebasoma babeerewaawo n'abateeka mu UPE okitegeera emisege gigenda mulya musege gugenda kumulya kyayinagenda maazi sege gijja kumulya
njagala okumaliriza nga nsaba bannayuganda point ey'okubiri nti bannayuganda mwenna we muli tutuuse ku kinyusi Museveni kayeebake kazuukuke kafuluute ajja tuviira lino eggwanga lyaffe tulizaaliddemu n'abaana baffe wenjagala okuwolera all international countries that are supplying the dictator with military weapons. There's going to be a time that we Ugandans are fed up. I'm requesting you to stop giving Museveni weapons that are being used to brutally killing Ugandans right now. Buli gwanga lyonna eribadde eriwa Museveni ebyokulwanyisa kati ng'atutta tubasaba nga tetunnakyusaamu kubanga tujja kujjayo treaties zammwe zonna bye mukola mwe muguza Museveni ebyokulwanyisa byatuttisa naye njagala okukakasa mwami Museveni nti kano katanga twajja tumazeeko ojja kutuviira mu ggwanga lyaffe kootutuge katuyiwe omusaayi abanaafa abanaasigalawo eggwanga bajja ditwala mu maaso abanaafa abanaasigalawo eggwanga bajja ditwala mu maaso ate teweerabira nti gwe bw'olikwata abaana bo n'obatwala mu nsi ez'e Bulaaya n'obakweka era tujja kuwoolera eggwanga ku musaayi gw'abantu baffe gw'oliboyiye njagala okukubiriza bannayuganda mwebeereremu mumanyi ekyokukola abasajja bamulaba nga batandise okukuba amasasi Kyagulanyi mumanyi ekiddako Kyagulanyi temumuvaamu temukkiriza musajja kuba Kyagulanyi masasi tumale nkya tukaabe akaakabondo ka SFC akaagala okutta omukulembeze waffe bantu batono nnyo musobola okubafuna musobola okubanoonya mu kimugunyu tulina okubeerera mu Kyagulanyi kubanga naye atubeereddewo tulina okubeerera mu pulezidenti waffe tuleme okukaaba. I want to say, President Kyagulanyi, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up, but Center Kyagulanyi. Gwanga, Uganda, it is our country. We are going to take back our country. We shall have our country, even if it has to take us 10 years. This man has to leave our country. We have to retain our country. Omuto, omukulu, omuvubuka, omukadde, mwenna mukwatire wamu tusobole okukwata eggwanga lyaffe. Museveni bw'aba aganya akalulu ekibuli akideclaring life presidency ffe tutandike ekibuli mwalaali akideclaring kubanga wano wetuli tetuli mu campaign Patricia duno tuli mu lutalo buli ku makya tiya gas masasi tiya kati akideclaring tuli abavubuka 8 tukwate ekibuli tukikube openly tulabe ku basirikale bayina kubanga mu magye mulimu bannaffe mulimu ab'enganda zaffe amajago gayina gonna sigage agamagye Museveni gagamba nti gage gonna sigage ajja kusigazawo akakundi ka SFC okukanyiga tekitwala na mwezi okunyiga akakundi kaka akamukuma Patricia nga bannayuganda basituse ne basalawo bannayuganda basituke basalewo okusinga okulaba nga abaana baabwe mubaziika nga mutta emirambo gy'abaana bammwe nga mutwala leero neighbor bwaziika mulirwana ku kyalo kiri yaziika abaana batagenze kubba abaana batagenze nti bagenza kukola bikolobero abaana batakoze fujjo lwaki tugumikiriza okuziika abaana baffe buli lunaku ekyokukola mukimanyi bannayuganda mwebeereremu tetugenda kulinda mwami Kyagulanyi kumala kumutta olwaleero amasasi ge bakubye mu mmotoka ye gabadde either gamutta oba okutta honorable zaake omwami Danny Magic mumulabye ebimutuuseko twebeereremu mu kimugunyu bano abasajja nabo tutandika okukuba ku bubaka bwe bategeera tubawo obubaka bwe bawulira omusajja adumira okukuba abantu mumanyi famire ye weeri mumanyi bazadde be we basula mumanyi baganda be wali lwaki mubaleka okuyinayina nga bamaze okudumira okutta abaffe mu dictator alina olulimi lwawulira Museveni yakimanyi bulungi olulimi lwe twogera essaawa zino naye nga kyonna kyekiri akalulu tujja kukabeerako kuba tukimanyi Museveni oyagala kuwamba ggwanga lyaffe oteekewo ku tetujja kuwa ku togenda gifuna. We are not going to allow a coup so your son can take over. No way. Either you declare yourself a life president or ekibuli tukitandika openly. Let him come out ave mbyokwekwaasa mbw anoonya kalulu agamba I'm a life president katuyingire ekibuli.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Obudde butuweddeko. I'm so sorry tetugenda kusobola kusukawo konyo wano. Naye nga wawulidde China akugambye nti enough is enough. Oba Museveni asalewo nti he's a life president, then let us take it from there. But I just want to warn all those people abatulaba ntuuso obubaka buno eri President Museveni. Manyi mujja bulaba. We dare you kill President Robert Kyagulanyi. We dare you. We shall take you out in a day. Museveni, you think that you're the almighty and you think you're the alpha and omega. I dare you. My name is Patricia Sewongo. Kitange bali mwamita Augustine Sewongo. I dare you. I dare you. You can kill my mother, you can kill my children, you can kill everybody. But we are going to go and bury them and move on. It is about time that we bury and move. Abanyarwanda baziika abantu abalamu. Museveni ogenda kutuziikanga tuyimiridde. Ekyo nkikubuulidde. I am not scared of death. I've told this to my children. I've told this countless time to my mother. I've told everything about my family. Nze nawandiika dda n'ekiraamo bwe kwi. Nzija Uganda. Kutuziika nga tuyimiridde. Mugenda kutuziika nga twesimbi.
Nabo bajja kuziika abaabwe, nabo bajja kuziika abaana baabwe. Nammwe abammwe tebajja kuba balamu bwe musalawo okututta. Nammwe abaana bammwe bali mu diaspora. Nammwe abaana bammwe temujja kubasigaza. Bwe musalawo okutunyiga, nammwe abammwe mubasigaza.
Network n'agitta. Ompulira?
Yeah, I do hear you. Bwe basalawo okubanga bagenda kunyiga abaffe nabo banyigibwa
abaabwe. I
abaabwe.
think we can't go any further from here kubanga Mchina sikuwulira. Network bagise waliwo ankubidde ku live call. So we're going to have to leave it here and we start there. But we start here tomorrow. I'll bring China for you again tomorrow. Nero Janja Kumukomyao, please. I'm telling you, we dare Museveni. Museveni, we dare. Tukudarinze. Kill him. Museveni thinks that he Kamala Biona, and because he has the guns and he says that Smanya violence is his vichi. We are going to kill you in your own game. Museveni, we dare you. Kill Bobby Wine. Oja kuchitegeera. Oja kutegeera nti embizi esobola okukola simple. We have done this and we have done it before and we're going to do it again. Tukutadde ku pressure in the past 1 year. Pressure Julia. This is why you have devised very, very bad measures. And this is why you have decided to spoil your name into the world. Walinga olimba olalonga nga webikanga oli musege naye nga oyambala eddiba lya sheep. You are a leopard inside a sheep's skin. You have always pretended. Ngawe Fulanti, you're very good. People thought that Museveni is good. And guess what? Pressure jetukutaddeko Mr. Museveni. Ekusumuludde n'ekujjamu democracy n'ekwambula. N'oyimirira and you stripped naked. We dare you. Kill Bobby Wine. Oja kutegeera nti embizi esobola kukola soup. You think that we are stupid. We brought Bobby Wine. We know why Bobby Wine. Why do you think Bobby Wine is strong? You think that you're the only one? Nah. Museveni tukudaringa. Muchina gezaako ndaba oba osobola kufuna omale osibule abantu.
I think, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
So, Ugandans, I would like to say thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you so much for standing for your rights. Thank you so much for standing against a tyrant dictator. Thank you so much for being resilient. Thank you so much for not giving up. And I am asking you, Ugandans, do not give up. We might call upon the neighbors, the international countries, but until we as Ugandans stand up to take over our freedom, to demand for it, to fight for it, and to keep it. And come January 14th, for the election, we are going to vote the dictator out. But if the dictator does not allow the election to continue, he can even go before the election. He can leave our country before the election. If Museveni thinks that it is by ballot that we cannot get our country back, there are so many means we can get our country back. There is that the government of Museveni is a very small group of people who have made us become
become slaves in our country. Me, I refuse to be a slave. I continue to urge Ugandans, keep pushing, keep being strong, keep being courageous. For every blood of our fallen comrades, we shall double theirs. We shall pay them back. We shall take them to courts. We shall take them to the ICC. We shall take them to prisons. We shall even bring the death penalty, because death goes with death. Some of them are doing this because they know Uganda does not have a death penalty. That is why they are murdering Ugandans. But they should know they will not walk away with murder. They will not walk away with crime. They will not walk away with embezzlement. This is our country. Let us fight for it. Let us not give up. Let us fight for the future of our children, the generations to come, so we can all be in our country and be happy. And I would like to say to Honorable Kyagulanyi, do not give up, and we put you in the protection of the Almighty Jah, and we ask the Almighty Jah to protect you. We ask the gods of our ancestors to protect you. We ask the gods of your ancestors to protect you. We ask God to protect you. We ask Allah to protect you. And we tell you, Museveni, whatever you wish on the life of Kyagulanyi may happen on the life of your children. When you are planning, only God finishes the plans. If you plan for Kyagulanyi to be dead, it might end up on your children. Be very careful what you plan for your enemies, because it might end up happening to you. We are telling Ugandans who have lost loved ones, who have lost people, please be strong. It is a very tough time you're going through. Naye teri kitagwa, musajja ajja tuviira, ajja kuva mu nsi yaffe, oba ayagala oba tayagala. Munywere.
So, please, kamalirize, waliwo abantu abakamize up with this little hashtag bakwata their own children. You can put a mask on your children so that you camouflage them. Nebakola akantu akagamba nti Museveni, stop killing our parents. Waliwo omulala awandi say, I have a right to a parent, stop killing our parents. Please let us make these hashtags. Ugandans, we can do this. It's very beautiful. A young little girl in red with a red skirt. Omuzadde ali bold enough agambye enough is enough. Waba owulira nga toyagala mwana wo muteekayo ku face, mwambaze mask, you can camouflage them. The parents are saying that I have a right to a parent. Museveni, stop killing our parents. Omulala ataddeko omwana ng'akutte akapapula ng'agamba Uganda is bleeding. Museveni, stop killing our parents. Because at the end of the day, it's their parents that are being killed. It's the children that are being killed. Please, Ugandans, we need to make these hashtags go viral. We need to make it go viral. You remember what happened in Nigeria? People just came up with a small hashtag and the world picked on it. If we include children, everybody, this is a battle. The world must get involved. We need to make this hashtag tonight. 24 hours, Museveni, stop elections or stop killing Ugandans. Museveni, stop elections or stop killing Ugandans. We need to do something dramatic, but at the same time, it will pick interest of everybody out in the world. And Museveni will stop. Because at the end of the day, we want a peaceful transition. So the only way we're going to have to do a peaceful transition, I think we're going to have to play victims. Because we're not playing victims, actually, we're going to have to do it the victim way. Because we are the victims. They're only 100 people. They have the guns. They have everything on their hands. They have the money. They own everything. And they're killing Ugandans. So we need to make them go viral. But celebrity of the world, because this is what they want. So we need to raise our voices. Please, everybody, whatever you can. If you want to camouflage yourself like in China, go ahead, do something. If you want, do a fake account. Go on Twitter, speak something. We need to raise our voices in one accord. We need to raise our voices in the loudest of manner possible. It is important. I wish Fazil Mayanja is coming right after me. He's going to make this very clear and he will explain to you how many countries have done these hashtags, how many countries have done these campaigns, and they've been very successful. But it's going to take every single Ugandan to be part of it. If you want change, so if everybody goes through this hashtag, Museveni, stop the elections or stop killing Ugandans. Singa tujifura viral in the next 24 hours. Make your child, pick a little piece of paper. We want our rights. our parents. Stop killing our parents. Museveni, people pick on children. Kwanga Jukilano, when they look at children, it makes a lot of sense when the children are crying. We need to involve everybody. At the end of the day, we want Museveni out of Uganda, and we're going to have to use it. Those who want to pray. Those who want to fight. Those who want to go into the hashtag, please do. We need to use the children. We need to hear the world needs to hear. Please, Ugandans, I have never stood up. I'm going to bang onto this hashtag every day. Please, everybody, if you don't mind, put your child. If you're scared of putting your child into the camera, use a mask. Give them mask. Let them hold something. Write something on. This lady is very courageous. All the baby saying is, stop killing our parents. We have a right to a parent. Stop killing our children. We need to make it sure. By the way, everything needs to be very clear. Uganda has got to be mentioned. Museveni has got to be mentioned because he's killing Ugandans. We need to make this a very, very important hashtag. It doesn't matter what it's a cheap mattering. How many times are we going to go on and on and on? But we need to make Museveni viral. We need to make him a celebrity. At least for the next 1 month, we need to go on and on and on about these things, because at the end of the day, and season as because they're hashtags, they started on a live video, they started speaking, they started shouting. So as Ugandans, if we do a collective, it is about time, because Ugandans have been bleeding for the past 35 years. 35 years, use your social media, use your Twitter handle, use your Snapchat, use your use whatever, anything. Please don't just write stop police brutality. That's not good enough, because who, where, how, who are you? Your location matters. You could be in England, you could be anywhere. We need to make it very clear, please. I want you to understand this. It is important that you all understand the hashtag. It is a long hashtag, but it's important that people read and understand why Ugandans are going on about this hashtag. Museveni, stop the elections or stop killing Ugandans. It's not a long story. It's not a big book to read. It's not a piece of cake that somebody cannot understand. No, it's something that everybody can understand. So if we do this and go on and on, when I was promoting my book, I went on and on. And my friends were tired. They were frustrated. They just couldn't carry it on. They looked at me and said, piece of cake, Kazi. Now we need to go on and on and on about this hashtag. We need to make sure that we make Museveni go viral with his killings, because Museveni did this to Amini. And guess what? Films and whatever you were acted how many years later? So many years later. So we need to go on and on about these things. Nekigera kutwala buli muna Uganda okuchenyigiramu. Gwachitya okujja live. Gwataina confidence. Gwatasobola genda live. Osobola okukola hashtag. Osobola kuba kafane. If you're good at art, draw a picture. If you're anything, please, Ugandan, we need to do this. We can do it. Mbega iride nyo banaganda kino kintu kisobola. Museveni, stop elections or stop killing Ugandans. It's a hashtag. Already Facebook actually recognizes that. Hero luchiteka mbalaba mukola simanya challenge mva masaka. Challenge. Fuck off Ugandans. We tuli mu struggle muni mu challenges mwakulirawa. Simanya firstborn. Fuck off. Come to sinikirako. Firstborn challenge. Ebe ne mubi pikinga ko nyo. Stories taina magazine muzi kwata nyo and you go on and on. Mva masaka challenge. We need to trend this hashtag. Museveni, stop killing Ugandans or stop the elections. Muchaina malirizo sibule tugende. Dakika mbili zoka obude wise.
Good night. Dear Ugandans, I want to say, stay strong. Musigale nga muli bagumu. Musigale nga muli b'amaanyi. Tewali agenda kutununulira nsi yaffe okujjako ffe. Ne bwetunayita amawanga g'ebulaaya okutuyamba, ffe tulina osooka okyekwatiramu. And at whatever cost we have to take to get our country back, let us be ready for that cost. Okufuna eddembe it does not come on a silver platter. It does not come softly. Buli muntu ali successful nga ina watuuse. You all know oyina ebizibu byoyiseemu, oyina ensozi n'emigga by'obuuse. So hang on, be strong, be courageous, and Ugandans mukimanye tugenda kufuna ensi yaffe. Museveni asaaga the determination he had in 1981 to 1986. He was determined to get Uganda to become the president. We have it now. Nothing will stop us. We are unstoppable. Youth is on our side. Age is on our side. God's blessings and favor are on our side. Let us be vigilant. Let us be vigorous, and let us remain determined to take our country back. It is our country. Let us take it back, and we give it to our children's children. And never again should we have a dictator rule over our country. Let it never again be. God bless you, my people. Stay strong and stay safe. The dictator is going out. Hashtag stop the election or stop killing Ugandans. Hashtag stop the elections or stop killing Ugandans.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Otemufayo Mutebi Ari Mutadeko Bloka. I have no conversation with the killer. Sirina Mbozi na muntu atta muna Uganda. Omuntu yena wagira muna Uganda is as bad as the killer. Thank you so much. Mwebale nyo ababadde batuwuliriza. Mwebale abasharing the video. Thank you so much. Please do not forget, stop the elections or stop killing Ugandans. It must be a trending. Please, Ugandans, we can do this. Abana Uganda twebereremu. This is what they call kwebereremu. You have a phone in your hands. All you should do is take a kawarika hashtag of pow. Museveni, stop elections or stop killing Ugandans. Beep, bam, bam. Already hashtag etambula, ojajira, but before you know it, Facebook again recognizing all social media handles will pick on it, and it's gonna go viral just like that. We need to use our children. I'm gonna Brianna, as soon as she comes back from school, I'm going to take a picture with her. I don't care. Obama mutta. Obama nebabata. Njakukaba na afirwa tafsula kumalala. Museveni, we are not scared of death. We are not scared of anything. I can go on and on all night, but Fazil Mayanja needs to take over the studio. Thank you so much. Thank you, China. Thank you, Roger. And thank you, Ivan Bruce, for putting us into the studio. Please, or if we have used bad language, please do understand. We are frustrated, but we are not broken. It is just part of the struggle. I saw Bobby Wine. He's frustrated. Museveni, you're creating vendetta. Ivan, tumaliriza, please, you can put us down. Tumalirize kwanga de.
Fellow Ugandans, for years since Uganda got her independence, there has been declining levels of democracy and rule of law. Billions have been lost in